Welcome to our physics video. We will be covering projectiles.
In this video, we will talk about full projectiles, 3/4 projectiles, and half projectiles with real-life applications.
To begin with, we must know what a projectile is. A projectile is an object upon which the only force acting is gravity after it is launched.
Here I am drawing a full projectile. When a full projectile is launched, it ends at the same height it was launched at.
When a projectile is launched, it is launched at an angle with the velocity in the x and y direction.
The highest point of the projectile's path is known as y max. At y max, the velocity in the y direction is 0.
These are the equations you use to find individual components of the projectile. For example, you can find y max, the velocity at the top of its path, and the total time it takes to complete the whole path of motion.
This is an example of a full projectile. To begin with, the ball initially starts on the ground. Then Krithik comes and kicks the ball at an angle, which creates a velocity in the x and y direction. The ball then reaches its maximum height with no velocity in the y direction, ending with the ball landing at the same height it was launched.
This is an example of a 3/4 projectile. A 3/4 projectile is when the projectile starts at a certain height and ends at 3/4 the arc of motion.
This is a half projectile. A half projectile starts or ends halfway through the arc. There is no initial motion in the y direction, and there are no forces acting in the x direction, so there is no x acceleration. These are the equations you use to find the different components of the half projectile's motion.
This is an example of a half projectile. In this video, Matt jumps off a pier and ends halfway through the arc.